Wait a second. Go.
Okay, my name's Stephen Copley. I'm residing in Fishers of Men Ministry in one of the rehabs. I'm actually in second stage now. I came about Fishers of Men about 15 years ago. I've struggled with my addiction, which was heroin and amphetamines. Through my life, I've been in and out of jail. Um, my last jail sentence was on the 28th of February 2014, where I got arrested for GBH, which ended me up in jail, and I was looking at 5 years. Due to being in jail, I met some brothers that were Christians, and I started going to a church service in jail. Due to going to that church service, I was involved in going to sign up for a Kairos course, which is a basic foundation Christianity course in jail. And anyway, I got told by one of the officers that the people that were in green shirts would be facilitators. So I walked in, not expecting it. It was one of my best mates that I'd grown up through from school, and I used to score my heroin off on the streets. Well, lo and behold, I walked up to him and said, "Is this just a joke? Are you doing this to get out of jail?" He said, "No, I done the last one. I helped set up this one." I said, "Oh, really?" And so we got talking, and he was in a unit that is a better unit than what I was in, which allows you get first dabs at every course that comes through the jail. And he said it would be good for me to get into this unit and do some courses so it looks good for when I go back to court. Well, I ended up going and getting into his unit thanks to him putting in a good word to the area manager of the jail. And so I got into this unit and I've done some courses, and in this unit there was 46 men in the unit. It was a 50-man unit, but 46 men were in it. 42 of them every day were having Bible studies and AA meetings. The other 4 of them were just worldly people. They didn't care about nothing. They were going to end up getting kicked out of the unit if they didn't submit. But anyway, I went through a stage in that unit where it wasn't too great. And I hooked up a business deal with this fella, and so he knew when I was going to supposedly get out of jail, and I was going to start working for him and send money back to him in jail. Well, lo and behold, it was coming up my birthday, and I was sent a birthday card by Fishers of Men. I didn't know they knew that I was in jail, but see, they know my family. They've known my family for a number of years. Anyway, so I read this card and I found out that they had like a new house and blah blah blah. So I got on the phone and I rang Bobby and Bremwin. They are the leaders of the ministry, and I spoke to Bremwin and she said, "Oh, are you looking to come back into the house?" I said, "Oh, I'd like to come back." And she said, "Well, how about you ring up tomorrow and you do an assessment over the phone, we'll take it from there." Well, anyway, I'm thinking to myself after I get off the phone, I don't have any money in my phone account. They won't let me put any money in my phone account. So I went back to my unit that night after getting locked in, and I prayed to God. I said, "Okay, if this is you, God, if I'm meant to do this, you've got to help me out tomorrow. I'll renege on this business deal that I made with old matey, and we'll take it from there." Well, anyway, I come out of my cell in the morning, and I said to this fellow that I had to talk to him. I sat down across the table from him and told him that I had to renege on it. He leaned across the table and grabbed my hand. I thought he was going to stab me, but he turned around and said, "Oh," and shook my hand and said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Oh, I'm thinking about going to a Christian ministry where it helps me get off drugs and I learn more about God, and I've been involved in this ministry before." And he said, "Oh, that's good. So what have you got to do to get into this?" I said, "Oh, I've got to make a phone call, but I don't have any phone money in my account." He said, "Okay, come with me. We'll put the phone number on my phone account you make the phone call, I stand there and wait till you get accepted, you tell me. So we went out, put it in his phone account, went out, rang up, and he sat there and watched me while I was having a conversation with Brenman on the phone. I got off the phone to Brenman and he said, "Did you get accepted?" I said, "Yeah, if I get out, I'm accepted straight in there." He said, "Good." And so we sat down, we had a talk for a while, and he said, "So what happens now? Like, when you go there," he said, what do you do?" He said, "Oh, well, I help the homeless, I help the needed. They help me learn more about God, and they help me with my addiction." Well, anyway, they turned around and they decided that they were going to. I got out on the October the 1st, 2014, and due to that, I've been in the house ever since. I came here on October the 3rd, 2014. I was meant to come straight here from jail, but I had to get rid of my access baggage and before I came into the house. And due to that, I've been in the house ever since the 3rd of October 2014. I came off parole. I had parole for 2 years when I come out of jail. I ended up, like I said at the start, I was looking at 5 years, but they downgraded it. I ended up with 3 years. I've done 9 months in jail. I've done 2 years on parole. I've been on parole since 1996. I was 17 and a half. I'm now 38. I'm off parole. I come off parole on the 18th of August 2016. And since that time, I've had a couple of jobs, opportunities. I recently just did a cleaning job. I do cleaning, I do other work, I do lawn mowing and stuff like that. Just a bit of extra cash. But just recently I got my license back. I bought a car and I got engaged. I found a beautiful woman, which I'm my fiance now. Looking at getting married sometime this year. So everything's looking up, and I just, one thing if I could say to anybody is, when you're down in your deepest, just make sure you look up, because there's someone always up there that's willing to help you. All you've got to do is ask and be willing to believe in somebody that you cannot see, but he's there. Amen.